Robots in
meets the
disguise.
eye.
You screwed it up. You screwed it up,
More
Jenny.
than meets the eye first. Spoiled it. Spoiled it!
Your spoilers! Spoiler alert! Anyway.
Oh, this whole video is one, by the way.
That's fine. I'll put that in like the title or like spoilers, I guess. I don't know.
Figure it out!
Okay! Welcome to Super Awesome Segments. I am back with my first ever movie review with two friends. We got Allison Mayaki, who we forcefully put into the video.
I'm being held hostage.
She is being very much held hostage.
You're on the end, so I mean, you're not really held hostage.
I'm held hostage, let's be honest.
She's like,
I just have a mental grasp.
yeah, she's like freaking like Magnetoing her mind. And Jenny George. And Jenny George, if you, yeah. They got it? You're not into this.
I don't think anyone really cares. It's just my name.
What's your name?
Hi, guys.
Hi!
I'm Jenny.
And we're here to bring Transformers into the light of knowledge. I liked it. I liked it. It was good. It was good. Good movie.
It was alright.
It was alright. Okay, like,
I liked it.
this is how I look at it. It's just like, out of like all the Transformers movies, it was the best Transformers movie. Even with that said, it's not saying much. You know what I mean?
True, because they're really all kind of the same.
Yeah.
Like, this thing goes wrong, this person dies.
Explosion.
What's his fit? This explosion, unrealistic special effects. Things are exploding, no one's getting hurt. And then Optimus Prime gives this big whooping inspirational speech at the end that makes you want to cry. And then there's Q song.
Don't even need to see the movie anymore.
You
She
really
just spoiled
don't.
the whole thing.
You really
Spoiled
don't.
every plot point. Every single Transformers movie, that's what made me laugh. Is just like, Optimus Prime is just like, I send this message out to the stars.
Oh, my fellow Autobots.
Autobots, I send this
Horrible
message
voice of
out to the
Optimus.
stars. Now presenting Linkin Park. And what they seem to do is just they just kind of say, okay, screw it, we're starting over, and they start with like a whole new cast
just-
of characters.
Well, it's not even like with the Autobots. Do you mean like with
Like the people.
made me mad was like that they were gonna do it without Shia LaBeouf. And that
Well,
he wasn't
I
in
wish.
it. Like,
I mean, I'm kind of happy that he wasn't, just because I was kind of getting sick of Shia LaBeouf and the.
don't get me wrong. I love me some Marky Mark,
Marky Mark.
but they should have made it like just more more of a reliable.
Sorry, they should have
relatable story.
They should have like at least brought him up. Like,
Like, it's
said,
only
like what
5
happened
years
to
later. It's not like he's not around.
like what happened to Sam? I don't know.
And
Oh,
they
we
made
got
3
killed.
movies about how connected he was to them. You know.
The one guy with the cape. It was like, oh
Yes.
my god.
The robot.
It was, I don't even know. It made no sense. It made no sense that his metal would suddenly be flowing in the wind like that.
What
but
part
he
of
just
the car is that?
I think it was his hood. I think it was like his hood and his siding. Just
I
like
love
transformed into his trench coat. And he was just like...
And it wasn't even just like around the neck, like it was a full cape.
Yeah, it was like... And he was just like...
What?
It just looked badass. And it made no sense how that would like physically work ever. But it did. And it just looked... He looked so cool.
I honestly just kept waiting for his cape to get like sucked up into like the big spaceship, and then just Edna mode comes on. Nuggets.
Nuggets!
Nuggets.
The one super badass robot who had like freaking ammo in his arms and his beard and everything. Yeah, that guy, he has ammo up in his arms and he's got
The
huge
cigar
guns
in his
everywhere.
mouth?
The
Yeah.
cigar,
The
yeah.
whole time. Nothing. Like, his arm could get shot off, but that cigar was right here. Oh no, I just got blasted with a giant grenade. Cigar. His accent was pretty cool.
He was
though.
cool. Do you know who voiced him?
Who?
It was Sully from Monsters Inc. Yeah. It was that guy.
What's his name?
Oh, God. John Goodman.
Yeah, I'm so good.
John Goodman voiced this super badass character, and when I found that out,
Now
I was like,
that you say that, it
what?
makes so much sense.
I was like, what?
What do you think, Allison?
Speak.
I don't know. I didn't like. What's her boyfriend's name?
I don't even know. That's how much of an impact
I don't
that
know.
character was.
He's just
He
the dude that
did
drove the
nothing.
car.
He drove the car, and,
And then
then
he
he
just
acted like a
tagged
wuss. So
Like, I think the only reason why him and the daughter were together is because they were both that mentally and emotionally unstable.
Oh my god, that's probably true. That brings up another point. The car he drives has like freaking like, what was it, Goodyear tire printed on the side of it. I mean, I thought it was bad in the third movie when they freaking used NASCARs for their product placement, which at least made sense and had a place. This time it was just like, suddenly a freaking like Goodyear car drives up and be like, yeah, just deal with it, reasons, okay? I didn't even like make sense. And like, he's like a sponsored driver or something, I don't even know.
But he wasn't. It wasn't even like a legitimate thing.
No,
it was
like,
some weird... How did they even...
They just mention he's a driver.
And he's like super old.
He's like 20 and he's dating a 17-year-old.
Well, I mean, 3 years really isn't that much of a difference, I guess, when you look at it.
But
that's awkward. Like, how did they even meet?
Yeah, what was it?
They said that
they met in
before,
high school,
so
right?
that's why it was like the Romeo and Juliet law.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, that was so... Is that a legitimate thing?
I guess so.
know.
In Michael Bay's world, I think it is.
I want to know if that's a real
like,
thing.
Somewhere in the United States, because
Google
that scares me.
statutory rape.
That works.
Wow. I do this thing when I go to movies where I get the biggest thing of Coke I can find. It was actually in Das Cup.
Das Cup.
Das Cup. This cup right here was full of cherry Coke.
Gotta show Marky Mark.
And Marky Mark. Marky Mark.
And the Funky Bunch.
And the Funky...
Get those good vibrations with the sweet sensations.
I have this huge cup of cherry Coke. And every single time I see product placement, I take a swig of it because I'm like, oh, product placement. This thing was dead before.
Do you really do
like,
that?
Huh?
Do you really?
I really do that. If you were watching me, I'm just like the whole movie. I'm just.
And you peed like 5
Yeah,
times.
exactly. And so yeah, that's the thing. That's what. Yeah, these can be
why he
witnesses.
sits
This
on the
thing
end.
was dead. This thing was down before I could even like
You
before
could
the
have gotten a refill.
before we saw Bumblebee. I didn't want to though. Is the thing because I didn't want to continue. Because I went to the bathroom like 3 times in the movie because this thing just kept going and going and going. I mean, like freaking like one guy just like, oh, I've got this material that can transform into anything. I know.
Yeah.
Beats by Dre. And it's like, really? God damn.
And they dumped like a whole truckload of some kind of beer.
Yeah, that's right.
Flipping truckload. It's like, I wonder what they're trying to say here.
Exactly. And then like freaking Marky Mark's all like, oh, I'm so badass. Look at me. I drink Bud Light. Go, go, go. It's like
I like how we now call him Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. I like the one like I think it's the same scene. It's just like it's like all in one scene. It's just like Optimus Prime blows up a Oreo printed robot. He goes through the wall, slowly jumps over a Victoria's Secret poster, then busts into Bud Light, and it's just like it's like I think they put product placement and then just built a movie around it at this point. The Dinobots. What do you think of the Dinobots?
I don't know how I felt because at one point, like, I was super excited. So they were like happening and it was just like, let's do it. And then all of a sudden they get there and like nobody is fazed by the fact by these ginormous dinosaur robots that he's just like riding into town, like Yankee Doodle on a pony. And it's just like, okay, let's fight some more. Like, no one's like, wow, that's unusual.
The Dinobots I thought were like
Just went
They were
completely.
I
awesome.
don't understand them.
yeah,
They were so built up, and like, where did they come from? How did he get
I'm
them?
wondering.
I think-
They
Like,
just,
they
like,
were
say-
all.
They just say they're
Ow.
legends.
yeah.
They're just like, they're legendary warriors. It's like, where the heck do you get these legends from?
No.
Any like thoughts on you? Any other thoughts before we get to the end?
I don't know. I liked explosions.
Explosions.
But the overall
I don't
plot
like-
was very confusing.
It was, yes.
See, I like the explosions, but I don't like the unrealistic effects of the explosions. Like, oh, these 3 people are just gonna go crashing through this building, and all this debris is gonna explode, and they're just, oh, there's a rock.
There's oh.
But I liked the movie. Like, as much as I'm criticizing it, I liked it. Like, when
Me
it
too.
comes out, I'm not just gonna rent it on Redbox. I'll probably wait till the DVD and buy it.
Yeah. In the end, it was an awesome ending. It just like the movie is awesome. You leave the theater just feeling amazing because he just saw Optimus Prime ride a giant fire-breathing T-Rex as he cuts off the heads of other giant robots. And you feel satisfied more than the other ones because it actually had somewhat of character development, somewhat of a story, and somewhat of a plot. And you're like,
it's just really like,
and like you just feel like so good because you're like, oh, that was a Transformers movie that felt complete. And so you feel good coming out of it.
But still leaves you with the question of what will happen next.
And yeah, if I were to rate it out of 5 Marky Marks, I'd give it a decent 3 Marky Marks.
I agree.
3 Marky Marks?
I give it a decent 3. Decent 3 Marky Marks.
Decent Marky Marks.
I wouldn't mind.
It's
3
like
Marky Marks.
3 Marky Marks. I'm setting off. This is Joe Rowan, Allison Mayaki, and Jenny George. And I'd leave you with this week's deleted scene.
Oh gosh.
That's a wrap, and let's roll it. Benedict Cumberbatch should voice a Transformer. That'd be so cool. He needs a voice like a villain.
Could it be like a problem-solving villain, so he could be like a Sherlock Transformer, but then he could just like kill his problems?
Black double-decker bus that just transforms into Benedict Cumberbatch and is like in a trench coat.
And some heroin or whatever he does.
cocaine.
Cocaine!
See, I'm like imagining him as Khan with the intelligence of Sherlock, all in an Autobot, and then just be like,
Autobots, roll out! Benedict Cumberbatch, you come too! And then you don't even like hide that it's Benedict Cumberbatch. It's just like, nope, it's Benedict Cumberbatch.
But then make your product placement Sherlock, the show.
And it would just fit in.
See,
because
there
that's
we go.
Transformers.
We solved Michael Bay's problems.
Subscribe.